Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rick with Hit Run Candlesticks, and today's date is Wednesday, September 23rd, 2020. I want to thank you for hanging out with us and watching our video blog this morning. I've got a few trade ideas that I'd like to go over with you and talk about the market just a little bit. First, let's get with the SPY here. Pretty clear that we've been in a downtrend. I don't think that's not news to anybody. We're still trending down here. Now, the bulls put in a hammer day before yesterday, and they had some bullish follow through yesterday. We're getting up a little bit higher, and it kind of looks like we're going to open up somewhere in this neighborhood right there. So right about where we closed yesterday, maybe slightly above. It's pretty early in the morning where I'm at, so that it may, a lot can change before the market actually opens. Now, this area right in here, this is going to be pretty tough resistance right here. Pretty tough resistance. So as we move up, be very cautious. This is my plan, anyhow. I'm going to be very cautious that the buyers kind of weaken up. In case they weaken up, and we start seeing some selling here, then I'm going to be looking at some shorts and really start pulling out of the long. So as we rally up, I'm going to watch for that short trade. Now, of course, there's always that chance that we pop, we test, we come back up, we work our way up. And if we can work our way up above this trend line right here, then that might give us a lot of reasons to be bullish. But until then, it's kind of a mixed bag here, whether you want to be bullish or be bearish. Okay, now let's take a look at FNGU. I've said for some time now, through this run and pullback and everything here, that this is really one of the main charts that we need to pay attention to. FNGU represents FANG stocks, big tech, and that's what's pushed us up. That's what's really that's been the horsepower to get this market going here, this right here. So let's keep an eye on this. Despite what the SPY might be doing, or the diamonds, or IWM, just keep your eyes on this FNGU. And watch what this does. Now, see here, we didn't pull as far back as, say, the SPY did. On the FNGU. In fact, we've got a pretty nice bottom sitting here. We've got some follow through from yesterday. FNGU gets above 185.90. That's going to really, well, that could set this market back on fire and lead us back up to challenge this top up here around that 253, 255 area. So what we want to watch for is follow through now, continued follow through. And it'll be okay if it comes up here and maybe wants to test and hang around a little bit around this top. Maybe even consolidate a little bit. We start to break through, whether that breakthrough is in a few days or today or tomorrow. We start to break through here. We want to be careful with any short positions that we have on, because this could start leading the market back up. And I think that's what most people really want. Now, on the other hand, if we start to fail and we move down, well, that points to something more down into this area here. And of course, if we break through these lows on this big tech chart, the FNGU, then this could be very problematic for the market. If we start losing ground here. So we want to watch that. Really, this is one of the main charts that I watch during the day. If I'm going to place a short or place a long, before I do that, I tend to take a peek at this chart just to see what it's doing, making sure that it's working with me, just like I do with the SPY. Another chart that I watch quite closely is VXX. I watch, there's quite a few little VIX instruments out there. I watch VXX. I trade this one, so this is why I watch it. And as you can see, as hard as it tries, I mean, it does give it a try every now and then, you know. There's a try, here it's trying, it tried, it tried, it tried. I'll even say that it tried here a little bit. But as hard as this thing tries, it cannot put together very much fear. It just cannot put together volatility to drop this market. So until it does, until that volatility steps up, until we get a good way to maybe look at it is this is the 34 EMA. All right, this is the 34 EMA right there. Now these red dots, that's our trend indicator. When we see the trend indicator above the 34 EMA, that might be a really good time to start watching this market. Market may be dropping then, and the volatility might be coming back in. But it just can't happen. It just doesn't seem to be able to put the energy out there to create the volatility, to actually create something seriously bullish. Now, I don't think the market is going to be super great until after the election, actually. I think we're going to have relief rallies, and we're going to have little drops, and we're going to have some chop, things like that, until the election is over. So we just need to prepare for that and trade accordingly. All right, let's take a look at a few trade ideas. The first one I want to look at is Dollar General, ticker symbol DG. You can see how this has been trending. Pretty nice little trend here, and you get these little pops that you could make some money at. If you're a long-term trader and you bought this, you know, you're doing very, very well. Well, here we've rallied up. Whoops, what did I just do? Let's try that again. There we go. Nope. There we go. There, grab my pen out of there. There we go. Here we've rallied up. We pulled back a little bit and then popped right back up. And we've cleared this little 205 area right through here. That's what I'm looking at. We've cleared that. We broke out, pulled back the following day, and then yesterday we came in and put a monster bullish engulf in here. This is what we call a Fig Newton chart pattern, where you have a bullish candle, a bearish candle, bullish candle, kind of sandwiched in there together. So what I'm looking for now is Dollar General to jump up and get to that 219 area. It's not going to do it one day. You know, I just don't think it is. It's going to do it the way charts do it. I mean, just go look back at this chart and look how it rallied up, pulled back, rallied up, pulled back, rallied up, pulled back. And all those pullbacks created a higher low. A higher low creates the trend. So if we were just to take the trend and run it up like that to 219, that's what I expect to happen, along with some pullback. So Dollar General, I'll look at trading that. Ultimately, we want it to get to that 219. We will be taking profits along the way. That's what we do with the Road to Wealth account. That's how we've been able to double it, triple it, and even quadruple it in a very short period of time. So Dollar General, let's put that on our watch list, and we'll keep a sharp eye on it. Another one, which we've mentioned this one here this past week, past 10 days, we've mentioned this one several times, is PENN. PENN looks to me like it's going to $95. And honestly, if it can get to $95, I don't see why it can't get to $100 up there. So between $95 and $100. Here we've had a nice rally up, a very mild little pullback, kind of an evening star type chart pattern here. We start to see bullish follow through. that could be what sets us up to get to that $95 to $100. Even if we have a pullback on PENN here, I'm still going to look at buying this and getting into that $100 range. So if we started to pull back like this, maybe today, maybe it pulls back, maybe it breaks out and then it walks all the way to that trend line, I'm still going to look at buying it. You just have it to have it on your watch list. And what I'll do is I'll have it on my very unique live scanner that will alert me when the buyers start stepping into this. It alerts me by showing me new day highs, or I can even dial it into showing me some good 15-minute highs or 30-minute hourly, whatever you want to look at, where we're even on intraday, you can have 2-bar highs, 3-bar highs, something like that if you want. Lots of ways that it can be set up to trigger you, that it's ready to go, that buyers are stepping in, even some volume stuff if you want. Anyway, that's what I'll be doing. And then again, looking for that $100, $95 to $100 mark. Another chart that we kind of like is DHI. Now, DHI has rallied up here, pulled back to the 34 EMA, put in a hammer, and then had some great follow through yesterday. I'm going to bring this over and just mark it right underneath that body right there and just go across, and you can see that this candle here on the 18th came up and the high touched that area. So that's why I'm using that line. 82.45 I think is definitely in the cards. We had a great volume bar yesterday, you can see down here. So now what I'm going to be looking for is an entry. The entry that I would like to have is maybe somewhere in this area right here. So what the chart may look like is, say, an inside day today. I could buy that depending on how today goes. It could be an inside day the next day, or it could be when we start to break out, when the scanner starts alerting me that we're moving up here. May look at it there for an entry. Again, we're just looking for that 82.50. Very nice swing trade on that. Another trade idea we have today is actually old news. We've had this on the watch list, Road to Wealth watch list for several days. Is CZR. CZR did pop up and it's pulled back now. We're bouncing off the trend indicator, and then we had a move yesterday, a gap up, and we closed higher that held quite well. There's still a little bit of a top here it needs to cut through, no doubt about it. And whether it cuts through that top relatively soon, like today maybe, or maybe it comes back and it just kind of consolidates a little bit before it does. That certainly is possible. Bottom line, I'm looking for that $69, $70 markup here as a target. So we'll look at buying CZR when the setup is proper. Now I'm not very excited about buying this, say this morning necessarily, being up high like this. Now, if it was to break out today, let's do this. If it was to, and we can do it like that. If it was to break out today and close up here, well, I just might buy it at that level when it proves to me it can actually break out and hold. Another thing we might do too is if it breaks out today or tomorrow or the following day, we may wait for a little test, come back and test and prove that it can hold this area, and then we can look for a trade to that $69, $70 area here. So we'll be keeping our eye on Caesars, ticker symbol CZR. Another chart that we're looking at, and I have to compliment and congratulate several people in the Hit Run Candlesticks trading room. They are already in this, and they brought it to the table, and it does look pretty good. I like it. We may be setting up to run up and challenge the 105 area. After 105, we'll look at this top at 117. It's been moving sideways for the most part, a bit choppy, but sideways. Right here, we've got this low, this high, a higher low, and then it popped up and really didn't make a higher high, but it just sort of scooted along the trend indicator and the 34 EMA, and then boom, there it went. Yesterday made a nice inside day buy for anybody that bought it on an inside day, and closed up well. So I'm looking for this to continue higher, but I do think it may also give us more inside days to come, and that could be considered a little bit of rest. Like yesterday. Yesterday, we pulled all the way down to this low, which was clearly inside the previous candle, and that can be considered as a rest time, and then it went back up. Well, we could see more rest time. In fact, what I'm seeing now is it looks like we're opening up, let's see, about right there. Looks like we may open up right in that area. So the way this might work out is if we open up here, you can see that would be an inside day to this candle, which that's one of my little things that I like. And this might offer an entry at some point today, tomorrow, or the next day. Might offer that entry, and then we'll be looking at that 105 area, followed by that 117 area right there. All right. Again, this is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks. You know, you're all welcome to come on over. Check below on the text below, and there's a 60-day trial. Please come on over, give it a shot. Hey, also, if you have questions, please type your questions in the below. You know, when you can leave comments after the video or during the video if you like. Leave those comments. If you have questions about a chart trading, let me know and I'll get back to you. Now, what I'm going to do is I can't necessarily type it all out unless it's an easy one. If it's a little more difficult, what I will do is include your question on the next video. Please remember to be very clear about what you're asking. Shorthand doesn't work. I can't read shorthand, and it's hard for me to read between the lines. So be very clear. Take your time. If you have a question, you put it out there, and I will do my very best. Either type you a quick answer or answer you on the morning video blog. Thank you very much, everybody. You guys all take care, and I hope to see you in the trading room.